Finally, a grand comeback to Parliament after 10 years out in the political cold for Lagdera MP-elect Mohammed Shidiye and 5 years for his friend and fellow legislator, now Senator for Samburu County, Sammy Leshore.
Unless you are dead, you can always make a comeback in politics, unlike other professions.
Two men whose fate in politics appear intertwined despite the 7-year age gap between them, Leshore being the elder one. They were both elected on a Kano ticket to the 8th Parliament, but there they were more than just MPs.
That was the year 2000. I was then the government chief whip, and my deputy was Mohammed Shidiye, MP for Lagdera, who was my deputy.
We worked as a team. Nobody knew that he's the boss or I'm his deputy. We were working as a team, and we were able to do a good job. You remember that time, the government never used to lose its bills. The parliament was like hung parliament that time because the numbers were too slim and it was a rather cut competition.
Tulionekana kama zizi ndio wale young revolutionaries ndani ya party. Nafikiri ndio tulipata hii shida.
This problem referring to the tragedy that befell them in February the year 2000. They had just left the residence of the Vice President then, the late Professor George Saitoti, at 9 in the evening. Only 2 of them were in the car, Leshore being the driver. Unknown to them, they were being trailed by assailants all the way from Saitoti's house where they had been hosted for dinner, among other guests, to the spot along Jogo Road where a public service vehicle popularly known as Matatu hit their car from the rear.
Shidiye started complaining about the call, so I told him, go inside the car, let's wait for the police to come. So immediately I went into the car. I prayed. After prayers. I saw the assailant pointing his gun on my head. When he wanted to shoot me, he went 2 steps back, and he released the first bullet, which hit me here and destabilized me on my spine.
The second bullet was on me. I had the bullet went through here, if you can see. It went into my it's called brachial plexus, through here. It hit my liver and lungs, and we were left for dead, really. Because that person who really shot us was not interested in our money, he was not interested in a car, he was not interested with any other valuables. He thought he left us for dead. And by the grace of God, somebody rescued us. I think he's from Congo, because nobody was even willing to stop and pick us from where we were.
They received initial treatment at Nairobi Hospital, but after a day, they were flown to London for treatment. They ended up spending more than 1 year and about 30 million shillings in treatment before they returned home.
I was more worse that time, but I lost about 40,000 nerves. Leshore must have lost about 300,000 nerves, because you know the nerves, you have about 500,000 nerves controlling a human body.
My consultant doctor became a good friend. And I remember one morning, he came to me. I was still lying on my back. I didn't know what was happening. I could not even move my head or any part of my body. So he told me, Sam, get prepared. Start thinking how you're going to go back to your country and serve your people. Because there's something you have not achieved for your people, and I would like you to go back and achieve that for your people. I almost cried because I could not move my body, I could not do anything.
13 years on, Leshore is still confined to the wheelchair, having suffered a serious spinal injury. His friend Shidiye also lost 1 limb, but also the subsequent election in Lagdera.
Incidentally, the following election, we were disconnected from the people, but I think Leshore had no sympathy with these people. They elected him back, and I stayed also. I tried, but I couldn't make it. But I never lost hope.
My confinement in the wheelchair has not killed me morally or spiritually. I can call it has even strengthened my desire to serve my people more than ever before.
And so they rose to the occasion when opportunity came again for them to reclaim their position in leadership, never mind their challenges with physical disability.
4 other competitors. Some are moving with choppers, some had fleet of vehicles, but I had only 2 vehicles and my wheelchair. And I could go everywhere. I'd even gone more places than most of them, visiting villages across the county.
But I want to appreciate one thing. Terrain ya Samburu County, kama sio yeye, kama hata angetutuma tufanye campaign na ya baki, hakuna kitu tungefanya. Because like me, I understood Samburu is where we used to do our campaigns, where we've lived for all those years. Lakini terrain ya county hiyo ingine, west, north, tumeenda, nimelala, nimeamka, nikiangalia nchi hivi. Naona ai hapana, mmepotea mjui pale mnaenda.
I was elected as a member of parliament in Lagdera again, 2013, and on a TNA ticket. Incidentally, I'm the only member of parliament for TNA in northern Kenya. Well, I have a mission. I finished my campaign as a member of parliament, and now I've hit the road running, and I hope to be the next government chief whip.
Their passion for politics is born of the desire to bring change to their rural homes, areas that have over the years remained marginalized.
Because we are disconnected from the rest of Kenya, really. And we want the government to have a Marshall Plan. We can't have one part of Kenya developed and the other part, people are dying of hunger. We are living, it's like you are living in 2 worlds. One having opulence and eating too much, the other side dying of hunger. We want this begging culture for food to be the things of past. The government also must initiate a program. Because 50 years after independence, something must be wrong in our government. Something must be wrong within our system.
A tough season of politics is now behind them. They have secured places in the new House of Senate and National Assembly, but they have an equally heavy task ahead of them. One of delivering what their electorate believe only they could, having chosen them over their competitors. Sylvia Chebet, Citizen Weekend.